Hello, my name is Emily Miller. I am doing my critical assignment for Foundations of Kinesiology, KIN 303AE. Why special education? First of all, both of my brothers have disabilities, and I have helped my parents raise my brothers from the time I was 3 years old. Due to both of my brothers having disabilities, I have been in a community that interacts with many people with disabilities. My best friend and many family friends have disabilities. I've been a camp counselor and a paraeducator in a transitional kindergarten classroom where I worked with regular education students and campers. Throughout this time, I knew that I wanted to be in a special education classroom or with special education students. I loved my time in both of those. However, I knew that I wanted to be in a special education setting. I have volunteered as an interpreter to a player in Special Olympics who had autism and was also deaf. So I signed to him using American Sign Language. I also worked with other players during different years of Special Olympics. My current job, I am currently an interpreter for a deaf 6th grader. He does not know sign language, and so I am teaching him sign. I come up with daily work and make sure that we are making progress as we proceed. He has learned many signs and has gone from pre-kindergarten to kindergarten level from November to now. I also have a desire to work with special education students due to having special needs brothers and growing up with people with special needs. I also have the patience for special education students. Education and certificate requirements. A bachelor's is required to teach in any environment. A master's in special education is not required, but it is recommended, and also, in many states, you receive an increase in pay. Credentials are necessary to teach. You can become an intern while in your credential program. However, you cannot become a Probe 1 until you finish your credential program. So your intern years don't count towards your retirement years, basically, is what that means. Now, barriers of entry. First, you may be unable to pass the necessary test or internal credential, and then you're done. You can't teach until you do pass your test to get your credential. Second, you may need to have extra education due to not having a bachelor's in special education, and so you need to go and get training in that desired field in special education. You may have insufficient funds to get your credentials or to get extra education. You may not have your credentials yet and may lack in training needed to run your own classroom successfully. And if you have a criminal record, you will not be allowed to teach no matter what. Current trends. There is a projected increase of 8% between the years of 2016 and 2026, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Salary for special education teachers is between $37,770 and $94,795. And it depends on many factors, including years teaching, education level, and extra activities you take on, such as SST coordinator or drama instructor or anything else that you do after school. According to the chart on this page, the top paying states are Virginia, New York, Maryland, Delaware, and Oregon, and the highest employing states are Florida, California, Illinois, Louisiana, and Virginia. My current qualifications. I don't have many because I don't have my credential, and I'm not working on my credential. However, I do have experience working with people with disabilities, including working as an interpreter in American Sign Language. And also, because, as I said, I speak American Sign Language, This may come in handy in my classroom, whether I'm teaching students or whether I have a deaf or mute student or parent. This could come in handy. Why me? Why should an employer pick me? I have experience working with disabled people. I am currently getting a double bachelor's in psychology and kinesiology, so I have an understanding of both physical and mental limitations. And I am also very patient with and have an understanding of those with disabilities. Most people don't have that understanding. Most people don't understand people with disabilities due to not growing up with them. And I really understand where they're coming from and what I can do to better help them. Now, how can I improve? How can I improve and so that an employer is more likely to hire me? First, I can get more education. I am currently planning on going to Bradman University and receiving a master's in special education with a certificate in autism, as well as receiving my credentials there. I can also get more experience in a classroom, and I can get experience teaching a whole class rather than just one student at a time. I can get training through my classes for my master's as well as for my credential. And I can get counsel from my peers as to what I am doing well and what I need to improve on. Here is my reference list, the references that I used to make this slideshow, and this concludes my presentation. Thank you.